Assalamualaikum and greeting to our lecturer Dr. Nurul Naziha. Today our group will be present about our group project research title Minimize Daily Diet Consisting of Nutritionally Balanced Meal Using Linear Programming Approach. My name is Siti Aisyah Amirah Binti Zulkefli, metric number 265511. For abstract, a balanced diet is one that provides all the required elements such as carbohydrate, protein, vitamin, fats, cholesterol, and calcium in the proper proportion. Balanced diets be attained by eating a variety of foods because no single food contains the proper amount of the vital nutrients. Our objective function, the recommendation of daily intake of food subject to be minimized and the total daily intake nutrient is defined as objective function in optimization model. And for our sample, 5 random students menu of daily intake food item as decision variable which are selected. For background of study, linear programming is an optimization technique for a linear objective function and a set of linear constraints. A balanced diet is one that includes a variety of foods in specific amounts and proportions to meet the body's needs for calorie, protein, mineral, vitamin, and alternative nutrients, with a tiny allowance for additional nutrients to the last short period of illness. For example, carbohydrates should 60 until 70% of the total calories, protein amount 10 until 12%, and fat 20 until 25% of the total calorie in a well-balanced diet. So it will help to increase energy, improve the way our body function, and improve our immune system, and it will prevent weight gain. Next, we move to problem statement. Some people desire to eat a balanced diet to live in a healthy lifestyle, while some are even willing to starve for the sake of the diet. An individual must be able to evaluate available food item and assemble meal by selecting acceptable things that satisfy calorie and nutrient consumption target while reducing the amount of undesirable food components such as cholesterol, saturated fat, sugar, and excessive sodium. And we need to know how much the calorie in every of food we took and must make sure it has a nutritionally balanced diet. And for our research question, first, what is the mathematical model suitable in terms of minimizing daily diet consisting of nutritionally balanced meal? And second, what are the constraints regarding the nutritionally balanced meal? And lastly, what is the optimal solution that would minimize daily diet consisting of nutritionally balanced meal? For our research objective, first to determine the variable for the mathematical model of nutritionally balanced meal. Second, to formulate a mathematical model by using optimization method to minimize the daily diet. And lastly, to determine the optimal solution that would minimize the daily diet consisting of the nutritionally balanced meal. For our scope of research, our aim is to investigate how we can minimize the daily diet consisting of nutritionally balanced meal. Study focus on the nutritionally balanced meal, and our category has homemade meal, combination homemade and food purchased from restaurants. For our literature review, Mary Tom, the article is about nutrition-related disorder such as cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and certain magnesium and whispered and rising in both development and developing nations. And the method used is this multidisciplinary work provides a fuzzy optimization model using fuzzy multi-objective linear programming to design a daily meal consisting of nutritionally balanced meal. And secondly, from Fletcher, the article is tailoring a diet to meet present dietary needs is more challenging operation that is frequently complete by hand calculation utilizing trial and error method created by the dietitian. And the method used is modified using linear programming method, which make the smallest changes to the food quantity to meet specific target.
Then I will continue with this mathematical modeling. My name is Nurul and my method number 265502. Formulating a mathematical model requires only a few steps, sometimes used to pose a problem statement by establishing assumptions, simplifying constraints, considering a variety of factors, constructing a mathematical model to evaluate and explain the solutions. Step of mathematical model process: identify the decision variables, identify the objective functions, and identify the constraint on decision variable. This study just looked at 6 nutrients, which is protein, carbohydrate, fat, cholesterol, vitamin C, and calcium. Then the formulate constraints are subject to the recommended daily intake in table 1 of the following nutrient. Here is the recommended daily intake in the nutrient of meal. The nutrient in meal will point out is protein, carbohydrate, fat, cholesterol, vitamin C, and calcium, and they are the recommended daily value. After that, we do the linear programming model, which has minimum sets and subject to, where Cn equal to quantity of intake n, Sn menu of type n, and Amn amount of nutrient type n in menu type n. This is a choice of a common food where we have list out in the table and we have labeled the menu with the variable x1, x2, x3 until x50. This is the menu have been formed for 5 students where the variable represent by each of the menu and constraint represent the nutrient of menu. This is menu by student A, and then we formulate a linear programming which objective function is minimized size and subject to are constrained for each nutrient's meal. Then this is a menu by student B, this menu by student C, menu by student D, and lastly menu by student E. In this research study, we using Microsoft Excel software to analyze the data. And the mathematical modeling technique, we are using linear programming. Excel server will be using to solve the model and obtain the optimal solution for this study. For data collection process, we collect the data through secondary data in Google website of Ministry of Health nutrient value of some common food. Data including calories such as carbohydrate, protein, fat, cholesterol, and alternative nutrients in our nutrition of daily diet. This is the screenshot of menu by student from the Excel that we have solved using Excel solver. We only show some result from student C and student D, where it shows the students successfully minimized their total daily intake and came out with nutrient of meal. Result and discussion. The following above is the menu of total daily intake consisting of nutrient meal. From the table above, it shows the 3 top menu by student that have minimized the total daily intake. The first minimum is 10, which content is soy, original and vanilla, orange juice, chicken fried rice, wafer homemade, onion rings, bread and fried, and coffee latte. Then the second menu are orange juice, cornflake, chicken fried rice, chocolate mousse homemade, onion rings, bread and fried, and cream of mushroom reduced salt. And lastly, in the third menu, soy, original and vanilla, grapefruit juice, cornflake, chicken fried rice, wafer homemade, and onion rings, bread and fried. However, this menu might not satisfy the preference of meal because of the repeated choice of menu for 5 meal. Next, most of the total daily intake meal is having list of meal with a high of nutrient meals such as carbohydrate and calcium, which is chicken fried rice and onion rings, bread and fried. Conclusion and recommendation. From the result and discussion, we found that the best menu are soy, original and vanilla, orange juice, chicken fried rice, homemade wafer, bread and fried onion rings, and coffee latte. However, according to the result of a survey, many random students do not enjoy orange juice menu in their daily diet. Probably it is because of personal preference that not all people like to drink fruit juice. Then the menu considered in the linear programming model are chosen based on the menu easily available for the student, and the daily recommended intake are based on the daily intake of the student. Therefore, separate research can be carried out on those places to obtain diet which are suitable for the place using similar method and procedure. That's all from our group, and thank you.